Hi everybody, welcome back to another lesson in my Level 3 Beginner Piano course. In this lesson we're going to learn about a new concept, which is the grace note or acciaccatura. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. Also, I offer online piano lessons. If you're looking for one, there's going to be information below. So, what is a grace note? As the name says, it's a note that's not really a main note in the melody. It's just kind of making another note a little bit nicer, or adding to it, ornamenting it, embellishing it. Grace notes are notated in sheet music with smaller notes. So as you can see on the example here, there is a main note, a big note, and then there is a smaller note which is connected to the big note. And the smaller note is also crossed out. And this is very important. If it's crossed out, it's an acciaccatura. If it's not crossed out, it's an appoggiatura. We're going to learn about that later on. The acciaccatura is very, very quick, and we don't count it. So it doesn't get a value in the music. So when you add up these notes, it's not 1.5 beats, it's still 1 beat, because we're going to play it so quickly that it doesn't disturb our counting. So let me show you an example. If that note is, for example, D, then the grace note is a C sharp, and we're going to do it like this. So just a fraction of a second and we land on the main note. So starting number 2 on the C sharp and landing on the D, and that's the note that we hold, and that's the accented note. And that's what a grace note should sound like. Now let's have a look at a short warm-up before we start learning our first piece with grace notes. As you can see on the example here, we've got some grace notes, and you've got the fingering at the top with the right hand and in the bottom with the left hand, so you can do it with both hands. Now let's play through the main notes with number 3. The first note is an F, F, and then G, G, A, B, B. And for each of these, we're going to add a grace note that's 1 key lower, so a semitone, a half step lower. In the case of F, it's going to be E. In the case of G, it's going to be F sharp. For A, it's G sharp. And for B, it's A sharp. So let's go. So that's how they sound, nice and even, 1, 2, 3, 4, and as you could see, I'm not counting the grace note, I'm counting the main note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You need a very relaxed hand and a very soft wrist. Play with the fingertips, curve those fingers, and have a nice arch to the hand. They're going to roll much easier if the hand is relaxed. Now, another mistake that I hear sometimes from younger students is that they sustain the grace note like this. So they kind of become one note. So the speed there is okay, but you have to release the grace note. You cannot hold the grace note. So once you move on to the main note, you have to sustain the main note, and the grace note has to be released. So, see, I'm releasing the E as soon as I go to the F. It's not sustained, because then you get a very ugly dissonance. Let's do the same with the left hand. So we're going to put number 2 on the main notes and number 3 on the grace notes. And you can play these on any note on the piano. You can pick any main note and just use the semitone before. And the best fingering is usually 2 and 3 for these, unless obviously the context is different. Now that we know about grace notes, specifically the acciaccatura, in the next video we can learn our first piece with grace notes.